Dennis Schroder is officially a Warrior, and we have sound bites from Steph Curry, Mike Dunleavy Jr., and Steve Kerr about his addition. Is he going to start, come off the bench, mix of both? How does Steph Curry think he fits next to him? Mike Dunleavy Jr., is this the end of the road of the trades? Are there more acquisitions coming? What should we expect with this Draymond Green, Steph Curry window? We're breaking this all down on this episode of Warriors Digest. We're going to hear a lot from those people I just mentioned, and then we're going to do a breakdown. Randy Silver, Warriors Digest, thank you for being here. Please like, subscribe, help us get to 8,000 fans by the end of the year. It'd be a great holiday gift for me. It'd be amazing. It'd be amazing if you're day one or brand new here. Thank you. We break down trade rumors, free agency, game stats, live streams, you name it. We got it in Warriors land. Let's dive into the video. So let me share my screen. So we got to start with Dunleavy Jr. How aggressive are the Warriors going to continue to be in this trade window? We made one. Schroder, second round pick for Melton. Thank you for your service. Beekman, thank you for your service. 3 second-round picks. What's next, if anything?
In a time zone here of maximizing our window with Steph and Draymond and Steve as our coach. So as proven here on the first day, we could basically make trades with certain players. We did that, and we'll continue to look at things. But, for the most part, I feel good about this team, particularly on the defensive end. And now we add a player that we think can create and generate more offense for us. I want to evaluate and see, but we'll always be looking at stuff.
So we're always looking, we're always evaluating what we can do. Folks, here we go. So you can see this is updated. Again, if you want to see trade breakdowns, go to my trade rumor playlist. It's in here. If we want to go get a big fish, it has to be Wiggins. That $26 million contract you see right there has to go. To get someone in the $30, $40 million range to make it minimum players, has to be Wiggins. I don't think we trade him. Not worth it playing all-star-esque level. And folks, they're not trading Draymond Green. They're not trading Steph Curry. So then it gives you Gary Payton, glue guy, good teammate, $9 million. Defensively, offensively, not the best. Looney at $9 million, both expiring contracts, which may be good to a team like New Orleans, who may get rid of Zion and Brandon Ingram. Hield ain't going anywhere, folks. He's staying with the second unit. Anderson, potentially, he's fallen out of the pecking order. $8 million to go get someone who will play more could be interesting there. Kuminga, if he's not worth the $35 million that he reportedly thinks he is, if you think he's not that guy, then you trade him and you get a star coming back who you can get. Or you get a role player and you sign a star in the offseason. Moody's $5 million, really more of like an $11 million cap hit due to his trade. Due to his new contract. Podziemski, $3 million. I see a lot of comments wanting him out. Waters, $2 million. Trayce Jackson-Davis, $1 million. Santos, $1 million. Not going to move the needle unless you really have to. The other thing as well, folks, is you have to remember the Warriors only have $300,000. Look at the right side of your screen. First tax apron. Schroder was only $200,000 contract more than Melton, meaning we went from $500,000 cap space to $300,000. So any trade we make, we got to make sure to stay under the first apron. And again, I'm not doing trades on this video. We're breaking down what is being talked. We know that out there, they're potentially interested in Ingram, Butler, Cam Johnson, other players. So just knowing how you get to that number. Now, let's talk about the man who's here, Schroder. How do we think he's going to fit? Here's our manager, our head coach, Steve Kerr. I know a lot of people are a bit, let's put it nicely, tired of him at the helm, but he is at the helm, so let's keep talking.
Schroder trade, and what are your initial thoughts?
Yeah, I've been talking with Mike, the last couple of weeks, particularly once Melt went down. We were talking about our options, and Mike does a great job of always keeping me informed about what's out there and his discussions. So it's been a topic. Yeah.
What do you think of adding him?
I'm thrilled. I mean, I told Dennis today he's kicked my ass on 3 different continents. And that's, so I'm, you can't beat him, join him. But 22 playoffs, I thought he was brilliant against us with the Lakers. Watching him in FIBA, the last 2 summers, Philippines, and then, we played them in London in an exhibition game. He's a gamer, he's a competitor, pick and roll player, two-way player. So, losing Melt was a huge loss. And by the way, I want to say thanks to is doing for us in terms of being able to play on or off the ball. Excellent defender, long wingspan. He's a steals guy, forced turnovers, pace, everything that we need. We feel like he can provide.
You plan to start him? I mean, Melton was the.
So let's talk about that before they ask the question about the starter. Again, I agree with what they're saying. Schroder, 6'8", wingspan at 6'1", can shoot the three, can get to the paint, get a layup, excuse me, can kick the ball out to people. In addition, tenacity in defense, quick hands, can get steals, transition, buckets for us. And he just brings something different to this team. He brings that mental hunger, somebody who's going to get his dog in him. He's going to be in the thick of it, and something we need. And Draymond talked about that as well. It's something that the Warriors don't have. He's not the prototypical Warriors player, but he's someone who can fit in with any team.
The starter when he went down.
Yeah, we'll see how it all shakes out. He'll be here tomorrow. He's going to get his physical, and he'll practice the next 2 days, and then we, as a staff, we've got to talk about everything. We've been, as you know, changing our starting lineup almost nightly, searching, but he would seem to be a perfect fit to start next to Steph, and so we got to see how it all plays out.
I agree with that. I think he starts next to Steph. I think the starting lineup becomes Steph, Schroder, Wiggins, Kuminga, and then Looney or Trayce Jackson-Davis. Now, we know that sometimes stars are involved in trades. Steph Curry, Draymond Green. How aware were this, and did they have any input in the trade?
Well, to be clear, those guys are not banging down my door, calling me, hey, we got to make a trade. We need this guy. We need that guy. They never do that. Do I keep them in the loop on stuff? Yes. Were they double thumbs up on this move? Yes. But I don't want it to seem like those guys are hemming and hawing over, hey, we need to add this guy or that guy. So it's a good, clean process with them. They're on board. Steve's on board. Coaches, I think organizationally, everybody felt really good about this deal, and we went through with it.
Love that. Hey, I don't need Steph Curry and Draymond Green. Maybe I do actually want them going down, saying like, we need players, but that's not the type of people they are. They focus on the game. Draymond, a little bit more lately. And hey, Dunleavy Jr., let him do his job. Steph can do his job. And the question is, how does Schroder help Steph make his job easier?
Be comfortable with the ball in his hands, see the floor, make the right reads, take advantage of defenses if, they want to pay attention elsewhere. When I'm off the floor, like I said, a guy that can run an offense. You can play pick and roll with him. He's pretty sound with the ball, and you've seen the way he's scoring this year too. So it gives us definitely another threat, and I'm sure he'll build chemistry with everybody else as well. Wiggs, J.K., Draymond, maybe even Trayce in pick and roll type situations. So it should give us another dynamic score ball. I know that will help all of us.
Completely agree with that. Especially it helps Steph off ball. Schroder can bring the ball up if they're playing next to each other, and he can initiate the offense, as he said, with the pick and roll TJD, get downhill, and either get into the paint for a layup or kick it out to the corner where Steph could be getting an off-ball screen and catch it. This allows him also to run with the second unit, less pressure on Brandin Podziemski, who knows not shooting well, can play off-ball, maybe get more catch and shooting. This also allows us to have someone who can come in and start if Curry's out, someone who has started as a point guard well over 300 games in the NBA and is a proven scorer and leader. So everything in between, I love what is being said. I love what they are bringing to the table with Schroder. Now, of course, I mentioned BP. The question is, he becomes your number 2 point guard. How does it affect Brandin moving forward?
Move for both him and Steph is something we view as additive and helps them. Brandin was really, really good last year, and I think part of it was having Steph and CP, 2 other handlers alongside him. And so I think this move enables Brandin and Steph to always be on the court with another handler, whether it's the 2 of them or Dennis and Brandin or Dennis and Steph. So I think it makes a lot of sense. And again, I think this is something that boosts and helps Brandin. So we feel good about it in that regard as well.
And I agree with that. CP3 was a massive help to Brandin last year, helping him become a first-team All-Rookie. So I think Brandin on the court by himself, a little bit too much pressure, and that's why we're seeing his efficiency down. So now he can play looser, not feel like he has to do too much, and not bring the ball up, play off ball, or bring it up and help initiate the offense. And Schroder can be there to pick up the pieces. So I love this trade. I saw something that it may aggravate Dennis into a future bigger trade. Trade deadline's February 8th. In that realm, we have basically a month and a half to figure out how this is working. Let's give this 10, 15 games, and then if we need to, let him go. But I think this is going to be a match made in heaven. And we have his early bird rights, folks, which means if you look right here, Dennis Schroder, number 4, we can offer him the biggest deal next year if we want to keep him. I imagine the Warriors will. So comment your thoughts, folks. I know we're putting a lot of videos around this, but this is a big trade, trying to change up the Warriors, and we'll see Thursday night against Memphis how he turns out. And I mean, obviously one game, don't put everything on one game. We saw the Warriors start well, but I think we're going to like what we see. I'm going to like seeing you subscribe to Warriors Digest, and please comment your thoughts. I'll see you on the next video.